You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
FM.
All right, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. Let me salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Wednesday edition of the morning show. Today is Wednesday, the 11th day of March, the year 2026, with the time now 17 minutes past the top of the hour. It's a Wednesday edition of the morning show, and therefore it finishes exactly at 12 o'clock, so that those of you who want to join in on the Prime Minister's question time and others will be able to do so as well. So once again, let me welcome you all to the program. Let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Gai, to Mr. Laimi Koiki, KB Bosman, Vicky Newton, and all you wonderful people who tune in each day to listen to us. We'll have a special interview on the 19th. 19th will be tomorrow's week exactly, with one of the councillors running for that position in Croydon. So I'm going to be giving you the details of that during the course of the week. Yes, running up to that day. So wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, let me say morning to Eben in Cape Town, South Africa, Antonio in Cape Town, South Africa. So say, good morning to you. Olaimi Koike, good morning to you. A special good morning also goes to no other one than Vicky Newton. Yes, and May Queen of the May Q Lounge. Massive good morning to you. A special good morning also goes to Atakofi, Niana Najo, and all you wonderful inhabitants of Sherman. I salute each and every one of you there. Dr. Hammond, all the way in Kumasi. Good morning to you, Mrs. Vida Hammond, ma'am. Massive good morning to you, and to every one of you who's tuned in this morning. The reverends in the house. And this time around, Reverend Emmanuel Sechidi, man of God, I salute you and thank you very much for your support over the years. He's been one of those who has been with us all this while, and it's always been there as well. Massive good morning to you. Because we are pressed with time, I'm going to be just cracking on straight. Our money man, Mr. Danterberry, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, good morning to you. Hope you are doing very, very well. And to every one of you, all protocol observed. Let's crack on. So, now, the quote for today says, well, if leaders and the people in a particular nation allow corrupt practices to become the norm, the underdevelopment becomes the obvious outcome. And how true. Let me say good morning to Alex, the Zongo man, because he's the one who came out with the song, The Problem of Africa is the Greed Who Ran Things. Just bear with me. My seeds seem to be sinking. It's a greed who ran things, and that is exactly what this quote of the day is saying there. So hopefully they will learn from that as well. But this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let's move on. For the weather, this is what is happening on the weather front this morning. What have I got for you? Yes, I've got stuff for you. Just bear with me. Those on the YouTube, I'm not sure exactly what is happening there, but it seems to be like we're having a bit of a challenge there. But hey, don't you worry at all. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then. Has it? Okay, I think a different. Okay. For those of you on the YouTube, if you can see or you can hear us, share your take with us, because it looks like we're having. Oh, okay. Yes. All right then. Yes. So now let's move on. So when it comes to the weather front, this is what I've got for you. Now this afternoon here in London, it's going to be breezy and dry throughout the day with a frequent spells of sunshine and a few variable amounts of cloud drifting in from the west. Now it's going to be moderate westerly winds, clear skies by the evening, and then tonight will continue to be breezy and dry, clear skies during the first half of the night. A patchy cloud will move in from the southwest during the early hours. So the temperature is going to be 12 degrees, the lowest is going to be 5 degrees. UV level is going to be moderate, pollution is going to be low. Sunset 17:58 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 06:25 hours, and that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to be moving on. To some of the stories making the rounds this morning across the globe, wherever you might be this morning listening to us. All right then. Okay. Yes. All right then. Okay. Now I know which one is not working. This is the one that is working. All right then. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and it is exactly 22 minutes past the top of the hour. For on your travels this morning, a quick look at what is happening on your travels this morning. When it comes to the underground, the Central Line is experiencing minor delays on the entire line. That aside, the DLR, London Tramlink, London Overground are all running a good service. The major roads in London, apart from the Central London Red routes, that's got serious delays. All the others have no exceptional delays there. The Riverbanks is running a good service, apart from the Woolwich Ferry that is running a reduced service. The London cable car has still got planned closures, and therefore there are no operations there. And then that takes us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. On the National Rail this morning, as I say, keep your eyes on the roads, Now, Avanti West Coast, Cross Country, Great Western Railway, ScotRail, Southeastern Railways, Southern, Transpennine Express are all offering special services. That aside, all the others are running a good service. And that's how I will say it once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a quick break. We come back. We'll continue with the show because I'm going to be taking you global trotting. Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Those of you watching us on the various platforms, we salute you all. Do me a massive favor, take the next step, a bold one of course, and share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. So now, let's go on the global trotting. Kicking off from home here, pro-Palestinian march banned after government approves Met's request. The organizers say it is a peaceful pro-Palestinian event, but it has been criticized for representing the Iranian regime. Starr to face Badenoch at the Prime Minister's question time as first Mandelson files to be released. And as I did say earlier on, we're going to be looking into that, and that's why we have to finish the program at 12 o'clock exactly. So those of you who want to follow that will be able to do it. Now, mortgage rates rise and deals pulled over Iran war turmoil. Well, if somebody saying that it's not going to have an impact, then it is a lie. Now, hereditary appears to be removed from laws as a bill passes. Well, that's going to be quite a big one there. So if my dad was the Lord or whatever of this, then when he's passed on, I can take his place. They said no more, no hereditary stuff like that. So let's see what happens there. In other stories making the rounds this morning, from the U.S. front, the cargo ship on fire in Strait of Hormuz after 3 vessels hit by unknown projectiles. The reports of attacks on commercial ships come after the U.S. said it eliminated 16 Iranian mine layers in the area. Elsewhere, 2 drones were drowned near Dubai airport. Okay, now we're looking at some of the stories making the rounds still on the U.S. front. Okay, let's move on to the Latin American area. Acclaimed Peruvian writer Alfredo Bryce Chinky dies age 87. Those are some stories making the rounds there. Moving on straight to Europe. Yes, I am no spy. Korea and Russian exploding parcels plot against UK. Alexander Suranovas charged with carrying out an act of terrorism for Russia by saying he is no spy. At least 6 people dead in Switzerland bus fire, and then large parts of Dresden evacuated after 250 kg World War II bomb has been found. Okay, stories making the rounds there. In the Middle East as well. Cargo ships on fire in Strait of Hormuz after 3 vessels hit by unknown projectiles. U.S. strikes mine-laying ships in Iran after warning of intense day of bombing. A member of Iranian football delegation granted Australian asylum changes her mind. Haha. Okay. Well. War expands to central Beirut as Israel strikes kill Iranians in luxury hotels. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK in Asia as well. China and North Korea to reopen passenger train service after pandemic halt. And Meghan to appear at £1,400 per person girls weekend in Australia. All right then, still coming your way on the world front. This round coming your way from Africa as well. Mugabe's son drops bail request. What has happened to their family after losing power? With Bellarmine Mugabe due in court, we'll look at what happens to Zimbabwe's ex-first family. There are some stories making the rounds there. So moving on straight to some of the other stories there as well. On the global trotting, yes. Drone strikes on M23 held DR Congo City kill several people. That's some of the stories there as well. And okay. Well, Madagascar, yesterday I did talk about that, has cautiously welcomed the dismissal of the cabinet. Madagascar's leader, Colonel Michael Raderina, has sacked his prime minister and dissolved the cabinet he appointed soon after seizing power. Why has he done so? Yesterday we did talk about that. Now I'm prepared to take over from Tinubu and govern Nigeria better. Adebayo is saying, where's Adebayo? Abukala Saraki to PDP. Stop federal court case. Hold fresh national convention. And that would do it. Dangote dominates. Rabiu's wealth doubles. Dinuga Altedola shine on Forbes 2026 billionaires list. Well, more going to be coming your way from there. In Ghana as well, President Mahama's South Korea visit yields maritime climate and a lot more. We're going to be telling you more about that. See the gift of South Korean President gave Mahama on the first day. Well, people are looking into that. But you know what? We're going to be telling you more about that as well. The Finance Ministry has uncovered 89.4 million Ghana cedis fictitious debt under 1D, 1F. Hey, whoa. All right, then we see how fictitious it is, and if investigations will be done properly to see what actually has taken place. Ghana Shippers Authority probes alleged emergency surcharge by shipping lines, but if they have to come from a longer distance and if they are not getting the fuel that they're supposed to use to transport or to move about, or if it's gone up, what do you think is going to happen there? Okay. This is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Sputnik 5 COVID-19 cases. Kwachofusu detailed Ajimamenu's arrest and charges. Well. I think now everybody will have to be looking at their watching their backs, you know. If you did something in the past that was wrong, or you didn't do diligence and it's caused the country to lose money, rest assured, I think they're coming after you. Ha ha ha. Well, they're saying, oral saying that we won't manipulate judiciary political ends for political ends. Government spokesperson has said, and it says 140 suspects, 27 dockets. Kwachofosu says oral is already delivering results. AU appoints Akufo-Addo to lead election observation mission to Congo. Wow. This and a lot more going to be taking place. Yoko freezes 1.5 billion Ghana cedis in assets linked to corruption investigation. Kwachofosu has also said there. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Starr Radio UK, and it is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to take a break, and once we come back, we bring you all the necessary stories that is making the rounds this morning. But stay tuned. It's 11:32, and it is your morning show, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Otta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK at 11:35, and it is the Wednesday edition of the morning show. Well, the Prime Minister is going to be meeting, having a Prime Minister's question time, squaring it up with Kemi Badenoch. Okay. Yeah, so we're watching and looking out for that program. But when it comes to other stories making the rounds, yes, from the UK front, the government has approved a request from the police to ban the Al-Quds Day March in London on Sunday to prevent serious public disorder given the conflict in the Middle East, the Home Secretary has said. The Metropolitan Police asked for the ban, saying it was concerned about the high number of protesters and counter-protesters, adding that organizers were supportive of the Iranian regime. Organizers of the annual march, the Islamic Human Rights Commission, insists it is a peaceful pro-Palestinian event. It says a static protest will take place instead. It is the first time a protest march has been banned since 2012. The Met said it had not taken the decision lightly. Faisal body of the Islamic Human Rights Commission, which organizes the event, said a ban will mean a sad day for freedom of expression. Now, in a statement, Mahmoud said, I am satisfied doing so is necessary to prevent serious public disorder due to the scale of the protest and multiple counter protests in the context of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Should a stationary demonstration proceed, the police will be able to apply strict conditions. I expect to see the full force of the law applied to anyone spreading hatred and divisions instead of exercising their rights to peaceful protest. Assistant Commissioner Adelekan, public order lead for the Met, said that the ban applied to the Al-Quds March and any associated counter-protest marches and will be in place from 16 hours on Wednesday to last 1 month. So 16 hours from today for a whole month. The Al-Quds March is uniquely contentious, having originated in Iran and in London. In London, it's organized by the Islamic Human Rights Commission, an organization supportive of the Iranian regime. He added, well, they say freedom of speech, but when it comes to the countries where we're talking about, where this war has been going on, especially Iran, where there's no freedom of speech per se there, and then people go on demonstrations and they are killed, and because they express their opinions, and then so you say, well, it will be a sad day for what, freedom of speech. But do you see freedom of speech where you are hailing from, or where you originate from, or where this protest is originating from? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. In other stories that is making the rounds as well, the war in Iran is causing lots of skirmishes. Now, turbulence in the UK mortgage market is at its most intense since the mini budget of 2022. Figures suggest as the average rate on 2-year fixed deals rose above 5%. The rate is at its highest level since August, according to Financial Information Service Money Facts. Now, 5-year mortgage are at their most expensive since June. Nearly 500 mortgage products have been pulled off the shelves in the last 2 days. The highest number since the aftermath of the mini budget when Liz Truss was Prime Minister. Now, anyone renewing a fixed mortgage or looking for a new one, such as first-time buyers, will be affected. Before the U.S.-Israel war with Iran began, financial markets had been expecting a cut in the UK's interest rate at some point this year. However, this expectation vanished after rising oil prices raised the prospect of higher inflation. The yield or interest rate on 2-year government bonds, which indicates how much it will cost to borrow money for 2 years, has been volatile as well. So what do you think is going to happen there? Quite an interesting one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a sad day. So was it the right thing to proceed to that war, or what had actually gone wrong there? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. I'll bring you more stories this morning. Well. Cargo ships are on fire in the Straits of Hormuz after 3 vessels hit by unknown projectiles. It says 3 commercial ships have been damaged by unknown projectiles in the Strait of Hormuz. 23 crew members on board one ship are being rescued. Pictures show smoke billowing from the vessel. Earlier, the U.S. military said it eliminated 16 Iranian mine-laying ships in the area after President Trump warned Iran not to put out any mines there. Now, Iran continues its strike across the region, including Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Kuwait. Now, 4 people were injured when 2 drones fell near Dubai airport. Air traffic has not been affected, as our correspondent reports. It's the second drone attack in the area in recent days. Now, Israel launches renewed attacks on Iran and Lebanon, with our correspondent reporting a strike on an apartment building in central Beirut. Now, earlier, Iran police chief said any Iranians thinking of protesting against the government will be dealt with in the same way we deal with the enemy. And how do they deal with the enemy? Kill it! Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on to some other stories making the rounds, since we have to activate our lines in the next few moments. Well, In another story making the round this morning from Russia or Europe, sex toys, body lotion, and massage cushions were not the kind of delivery Alexander Suranovas usually handled. Now, what? He marked a message when he was sent a photograph of the item he was being asked to post in 4 parcels from Lithuania to the UK and Poland. It's what they need. They're offering regular work. The response came over the messaging app Telegram. The pay was decent, 150 or 130 pounds for a couple of hours work. So Suranavas agreed. If that's what needed to be done, fine by me. But each parcel contained a sophisticated incendiary device. The tubes of cosmetic had been refilled with liquid high explosive called nitromethane, and the ignition device were so well hidden inside the cushion, even an airport scanner didn't detect it. Suranavas maintains he has no idea of this. When he was handed the item in Vilnius Park in July 2024, the timers inside were already counting down. Over the next 2 days, 3 of the parcels will go up in flames, one just before it was loaded onto a cargo plane for London. Any later, and the consequences could have been disastrous. That August Servanos was arrested. With carrying out an act of terrorism on behalf of Russian military intelligence, the GRU. 22 people are now in custody in Lithuania and Poland after an international investigation involving UK counter-terrorism officers. It concluded that operation was run by Russia. From Russia with love. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, the first hint something was up was when we spotted a small group of Iranian footballers in the hotel lobby. We counted at least 3 players wearing black head caps and dressed in the team's grey shirts, chatting with 4 people we suspect at the time and now know were Iranians from the local community here in Australia, Gold Coast. Now, what stood out at the time was the ease with which they were talking together. They were casual, smiling, sometimes laughing. They looked comfortable. However, just few days after this was done, information coming through says that one of the guys, one of the people who were offered asylum or granted asylum in Australia have decided to renege on that move. Well, Australia says one of the 2 members of the Iranian football group who had earlier accepted an offer to stay in the country has changed her mind. One of the 2 who had made the decision to stay last night has spoken to some of their teammates who had left and had changed her mind, Immigration Minister Tony Burke said. Now, one player and 1 member of the support staff had previously been reunited with another 5 players who were granted visas to stay. Now, the remaining Iranian players left Australia on Tuesday night local time, 2 days after they were knocked out of the Asian Cup. Now, in Australia, people are able to change their mind. We respect the context in which she had made that decision, Burke said. Unfortunately, in making that decision, she'd been advised by her teammates and coach to contact the Iranian embassy and to get collected. He said as a result of it, it meant the Iranian embassy knew the location of the other Iranians who had elected to stay. I immediately gave the instruction for people to be moved, and that's been dealt with immediately, Burke said. He said officials had made sure that this was her decision and every question you want asked was asked. Well, is it that they are threatening her family back home, or she sees sense now? It's quite an interesting one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11:47. And let me announce the lines open. If you want to call us, feel free to call us via our Teams, and it's Star Radio UK, and we can hear you. Now, one story before we get to Africa. Passenger train between China and North Korea will resume service tomorrow, reviving a transport link that was shuttered for 6 years due to the pandemic. China's rail operator said the trains between Beijing and Pyongyang will operate from 4 times a week, while the service between the Chinese border city of Dandong and the North Korean capital will run daily, China Railway said in a notice late on Tuesday. The train services are a moving link that strengthens the friendship between China and North Korea, China Railway said. Now, while China had completely reopened from the pandemic, North Korea has been doing so slowly, allowing a limited number of tourists to enter from 2024. Well, let's see. It's good for the people. Why not? But what will be the ultimate price to pay on that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11:46, 48, my apologies, and we are moving on. In the African continent, or on the African continent, the arrest in South Africa of the younger son of Zimbabwe's former president, Robert Mugabe, has brought renewed attention to the former first family and their controversies over the years. Now, Bellarmine Mugabe, who appeared in court on Wednesday for a bail hearing, is accused of attempted murder, among other charges, after a 23-year-old man was shot and injured at the property in an upmarket suburb of Joburg, or Johannesburg, as most of us will call it. He has not commented on the charges, but in an unexpected move, he abandoned his request for bail and agreed to plea negotiations with South Africa's prosecutors. He's charged alongside his bodyguard. The lawyer, Shinaslana Mgloni, said it was premature to say whether he will plead guilty to anything at this stage. The matter returns to court next Tuesday. His father led Zimbabwe for 37 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now we move on straight to some of the other stories making the rounds this morning, still on the African front, and this time round, let's see. All right, we'll move on straight to Nigeria, and let me bring you the essentials. The Dangote oil refinery has moved on to another level, where Dangote Refinery and Petroleum has announced reduction in its petrol and diesel gantry and coastal prices amid Monday's oil price slump to 90 pounds per barrel from the previous 115. According to a new pricing template released by the refinery on Tuesday, the gantry price of petrol has been reduced by 100 naira, dropping from 1,175 to 1,075 naira per liter. Okay, so that's a good one there. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In another story making the rounds in Nigeria as well, the controversy surrounding the $300 helicopter landing fee imposed on oil and gas operation has been taken to the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Kiyamu, by the Minister of State of Petroleum Resources, Henneken Lokpobiri, leading to the temporary suspension of the policy. Now, following the meeting between both ministries and key industry stakeholders in Abuja on Monday, the federal government ordered a 2-month suspension of the enforcement and collection of the helicopter landing fee. The meeting, held at the headquarters of the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, was attended by senior officials from the aviation and petroleum sectors, including the managing director of the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, Farouk Umar, and the outgoing permanent secretary of the ministry, Yakubu Kofamata. Now, also present were representatives of major oil companies operating in Nigeria, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, the Oil Producers Trade Section, and the Independent Petroleum Producers Group. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, in Ghana as well, at 8 minutes to the top of the hour, President John Dramani Mahama and his South Korean counterpart Lee Jae-myung have held high-level talks in Seoul aimed at strengthening cooperation between Ghana and South Korea in areas including maritime security, climate action, and digital innovation. The summit took place on Wednesday afternoon at the South Korean presidential office during President Mohammed's ongoing working visit to the Asian nation. At the end of the meeting, the two sides signed a number of agreements designed to deepen bilateral collaboration, particularly in maritime security, climate change mitigation, and emerging technologies. A key agreement was a memorandum of understanding between the Korea Coast Guard and the Ghana Navy to strengthen cooperation in maritime safety and security. Why not? If that will help the country to protect its maritime areas. Okay, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Working on getting on to the tail end of the program this morning, the Ministry of Finance has revealed that 89.4 million payment recorded under the One District, One Factory initiative was fraudulent, exposing serious financial irregularities from the previous government. The Deputy Minister for Finance, Thomas Nyankun Ampem, speaking on behalf of the Finance Minister, Dr. Kessel Atuforsen, in Parliament, said an audit of the IDI 1D1F program uncovered that a request of 89.54 million Ghana cedis to be paid to 5 commercial banks as government interest contributions was entirely fictitious. Now, Mr. Speaker, a fictitious debt of 89.4 million Ghana cedis has been uncovered in 2024. The then Ministry of Trade and Industry submitted a request for 89.4 million to the Ministry of Finance to be transferred to the 5 commercial banks. When auditors contacted the 5 commercial banks to confirm their liability, each of them denied being owed any amount by the government under the arrangement. According to the auditors, the 89.4 million debt was fictitious, he said. So, well, I won't make any comments now, but we'll see what happens on that front. Well, how can we do that to ourselves? How can we do that to ourselves? How? It's quite an interesting one. It's quite an interesting one. Were there some people who were trying to chop or what? Well, in another story where corruption is being investigated, the Minister of State in charge of government communication, Felix Kwatio-Fosu, has disclosed that the former Minister of Health, Kweku Agyemang-Menu, was arrested and interrogated by the state in 2025. Now, speaking in an interview, Kwatio-Fosu said that the former health minister was arrested and interrogated by the National Intelligence Bureau over allegations of corruption against him while he was in office. He indicated that the investigation against the former minister had been completed and that the Attorney General will file charges against him in court in the next few days. He said in a quote, I noticed that he's been in the news, engaging in bluster and claiming that nobody has touched me. That is not true. He was arrested, he was interrogated, questioned, and cautioned. There are 2 dockets in respect of him. The Sputnik 5 case and then the COVID-19 frontier case. So in the next few weeks, the Attorney General will be taking him to court, and he will be charged they will charge him formally, he disclosed. Kwachofo's, who is also the spokesperson for the president, also indicated that the charges against Ajman Menu are likely to include causing financial loss to the state. The dockets on him has been built, 2 of them. There are cases of positive financial loss to the state and what have you, and things that he did that violated the procurement laws and what have you, and several other charges that the Attorney General will be referring against him, he said. It's going to be quite an interesting one. But this is a person parading himself that, look, I got nothing, nobody's questioning me, and all that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and we continue with the show. Well, in line with that, the government spokesperson Felix Kwachofu has rejected suggestions that the government should influence the judiciary, or judiciary, to speed up prosecutions under the Operation Recover or Loot, that is the ORA initiative. The Abura Sebu Kwaman Kese MP, speaking on news networks, insisted that while the government is committed to pursuing corruption cases, it will not manipulate the courts for political ends. We used to accuse the MPP of manipulating the judiciary. We used to say that the MPP did not allow for an independent judiciary. It is not the submission of the individuals saying this. I would imagine that we should manipulate the judiciary to achieve certain political things that government cannot do. His remarks come amid criticism from some individuals, including former Auditor General Daniel Domelevo, who have questioned the pace of work by state institutions investigating alleged corruption cases under the ORA framework. But Mr. Kwachof also demanded the government record so far, saying investigative agencies have made significant progress. You have to define what the expression means by government is not moving fast enough. Well, said the wheel of justice grinds slowly, and so it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Starr Radio UK. This has been your one and only Archie on this wonderful Wednesday morning, where we bring the program to a close. And as I did say, because some of you will want to be joining the Prime Minister's question time, we bring the program to a close this morning. Thank you very much for joining in. It's been a pleasure coming your way. But until I come your way tomorrow, it's been me, your one and only Archie. And I say I'm out like that. Bye-bye for now.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March, 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening.